The Warriors are right on the top.
Okay, ready?
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Warren. He finds room right away. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some love.
The Titans offense set to go on 1st and 10. Now Levis. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring it down. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. Back to throw, it's Levis. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Like 13.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And now the offense getting set, 1st and 10. To throw, here's Willis. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this is caught. He's got a touchdown, LA. A great play there. 60. And the Colts offense ready here for 1st and 10. Richardson looking to throw this. He'll check this one down.
Philadelphia is known for having some very vocal fans, and nearly 70,000 of them are letting their voices be heard already. Welcome inside Lincoln Financial Field. Welcome in, everyone. Kate Scott, Brock Hewitt on the call for you for this one. And I'm sure a lot of people in attendance and watching from home, Brock, they've already got the winner made up in their mind. But I'll tell you one thing. We've got a sideline down there ready to dispel that eye test.
Well, all that talk before the game is just that. Talk. You can look at past performance. You can look at metrics. You can spin any numbers you want. But we're about ready to kick this thing off. And from there, it's anybody's game.
So outruns their offense for the first time this game. And they'll be led out by a former number 2 pick out of North Carolina, Mitchell Trubisky.
He's definitely one of the stars in this league, a true franchise quarterback. And when you're at this level, Kate, you want to put your imprints on this game right from the jump.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
And he fought the good fight there just to make it back to the line. He didn't get anything on that run, so struggles on the ground, leaving them with 3rd and long. Trubisky now to throw. He's on the move. Hit behind the line, and the ball is loose. And the Eagles get to it. Man, this is a tough ask of your defense so early in a game, Brock, sending them out on short notice and a short field after you fumble it away.
But these are the critical moments defensively you got to live for, right? This is called sudden change. They practice this, and it's your time to put out this fire.
So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by this promising young signal caller out of the University of Colorado.
He's one of the select group of quarterbacks where when he takes the field, everyone, and I mean everyone, takes notice. He's part of the game's elite at the game's most important position, and it really is a spectacle, Kate, anytime he leads an offense out, because you know he's capable of plays that other quarterbacks in this league simply cannot make.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing now following the turnover. And his first pass falls incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Here we go.
Willis looking to throw. He finds Johnson. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. They're out to try and tack on the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. Kickoff taken at the 3. Oh, he lost it on the hit! And the fumble recovery is made. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Let's go now.
To throw, here's Willis. This throw is caught. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. Not even 2 minutes in, Brock, and they've already got 2 touchdowns up on that scoreboard.
Okay, even by the standard the elite offense set every season, this is some incredibly fast-paced scoring to begin a game. They got off the bus ready to roll full speed from the start.
The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. This return starts at the 5. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Now for the 2nd time, we get a look at this Kansas City offense. They watch their fumble turn into points, so feeling maybe a little bit of an urge to make up for that now in this series. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know what that felt like to me, Kate? That felt like a little bit of overthinking, where he's just waiting for the perfect lane and the breakaway run. But against defenses in this league, you hesitate, you get...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up. Throwing, Trubisky. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Kansas City sends out its punt team. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Starts from the 44. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will be backed up a good bit to begin the drive. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. Has him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's Willis to the air. He's got him. That's McBride. And he hauls this one up to the 11 before being stopped. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Willis now. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Here's the snap on 4th. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's touched as they pick up that 1st down on 4th. Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Eagles have the football. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Gets this to Johnson.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Connects with Johnson. And that'll be enough for the 1st as they touch him down. Here's Willis. He'll get this to Jefferson. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a... Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Here we go,
Throwing is Willis. Short pass brought in.
Let's go.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. They cross the 40 on a nice run. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. From the gun, Johnson. And he's brought down after a short gain. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. On the move into the red zone. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Fullback trying to power it across. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Eagles boat racing them to the halftime locker room. That's no good. The veteran mishits one rather surprisingly, and they leave a point after on the table. The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. Returning it from the 4. He loses it on the hit! And the fumble recovery is made. Before he can really break that return, they're on him to force the fumble and take away possession.
When you get that fumble inside the 20, it means one thing, Kate. Those guys were running with hair on fire. In fact, if you watch a lot of these special teams and kickoff units, you will see them running down the field on touchbacks. It's almost like they're sprinting to the finish line. They sprinted, and they took the ball away to boot.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Oh, love this. He gets another one. Keep feeding that fullback, baby. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
So many offenses will script, Kate, the first 15 plays of a game, but it's often getting to the lesser-used stuff like that that's critical in the red zone. They get a decent gain out of it and continue the push for the goal line.
And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4.
Well, the big guy gets him some positive yardage in close. It's not that the defense didn't expect run. I just don't think they expected him to be the one running it.
And he's in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles get more points to end a lopsided first half. Wow, Brock, hard to imagine a more effective play in their entire playbook for that particular spot right there.
You know, you get in this red zone, Kate, you want the ball in the hands of the guys you do trust the most to score. In a lot of cases, well, you trust your quarterback, and all he did was add to that trust.
Kicking team on to try the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles grow their lead yet again. Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Returnable from the 2. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports halftime report. This was an
Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter.
The other's been in a daze thus far.
Taylor has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying.
To tighten up significantly.
Fielded at the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. He's off to the races. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles trying to end this before the final quarter. This half is off to an excellent start, Brock. Hopefully it's an indicator of the type of action we're going to see through to the end of this one.
Yeah, these guys just come out of the locker room, Kate, and it's offense and it's defense and it's our scripts, but those special teams guys come out wanting to be special, and he was.
What do you think, Brock? Can we get dueling kick return touchdowns, huh? Let's find out. The kick is away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. The Chiefs offense out to take over. And as we're being reminded of watching this package, there have been quite a few mad scrambles for the football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with third down. Robinson on the inside give. And he gets this one up to the 10-yard line. A 6-yard run, and now they've got fourth down.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
From their own end zone, and he gets it away. Fielded just beyond his 40. And after the punch, the offense comes out onto the field. And they're going to be backed up deep in their own territory to begin this one. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. No one around. He's got space. The 40. At the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles push their lead further to start the half. Oh, baby. He got loose, and after a few steps, there was nothing they could do to stop him. That, Brock, is the definition of a home run play.
You know, and when you go to draft, sign, or trade for a skill guy, you want him to have that kind of threat, that kind of breakaway speed. You don't always have to be a 4-3 guy on the track. You just have to be a guy that once you get in that open field, there is nobody, and I mean nobody in the building that was going to catch him.
The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. Returning it from the 4. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Offense heading out now for the Chiefs. All the touchdowns have come from one side of the field, Brock. They're still looking for their first points of any kind in a game that has gotten out of hand. Trubisky. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear it.
Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Eagles get to it! And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Chance to pay off their defense's effort as they start out 1st and goal. Now a give running right. And he scores! It's a Philadelphia touchdown! The Eagles throw their lead off the turnover. That one right down the middle. And the Eagles continue piling on to this lead. The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Chiefs and Mitchell Trubisky set to take over. And they'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. On the quick slant, it finds Adams. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. A throw left side finds Johnson. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down. Here's a give inside to Kamara. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Eagles territory. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. They're going play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up. Thankfully, only one. And the Birds put their dime package out there. Third down coming up. Trubisky now. Gets everything he has under this throw. A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner with the INT. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, well, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Took the ball himself for a big run.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
They had the 1st down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he drives ahead for good yardage up to the 45. It's a gain of 8, and we have reached our 2-minute warning. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles put this one away a long time ago. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Playing favorites with the fullback here. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. They pick up a yard. Still need one more, though. 3rd down coming up. Going right back to the fullback. Next play. Up to the races. Middle of the field. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles are running them out of the building. PAT effort coming up. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles continue adding on to that lead. The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. Return coming from the 6. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Chiefs offense set to take over again. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience for them. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. The Eagles swarm in and take him down. And they'll try to build on that big stop. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Escape pressure's there, and he goes down again. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
That right there is one of the biggest differences between the NFL and college game. Heck, the high school and Pop Warner game. Because when you break away from a sack at those lower levels, big things happen. But at this level, this big boy league, just because you get out of one guy's arms doesn't mean you're safe anytime.
He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Not the first time you said his name today, Kate. No surprise seeing him add a sack to this total. The same nose to the football that helped him recover a fumble earlier, well, it aided him in the pursuit of the QB, and he nearly forced a fumble of his own on that sack right there.
New series coming up following the punt. And they'll be back. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Hand off to the up back. He's out in the clear. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Shotgun handoff to Johnson. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. The timeout's taken now as we have 1, possibly 2 snaps remaining in this ball game. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Plowing up the middle. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. All right, set now, 1st and 10. Back-to-back carries here. Big gain has them across the 40. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The Eagles throwing 6 more on the blowout. So it's an Eagles win here in this one.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Running room at the 50. Look out. He might score. He will score. Touchdown, Eagles. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their new quarterback, first-year signal caller out of South Carolina.
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment. Running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
They'll throw. Here's Rattler. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And now he's got him in a great spot at the 8-yard line here, first and goal. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, it pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they preach. All game long, all practice long, every meeting, get the football. That's what they want.
So the Eagles now, they'll be in great position here to start things out. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And so often when you've stolen a possession, as they just did there.
On the first play,
picking up the fumble, the natural inclination is to attack, go after them big. Sometimes what you just want to do is put the ball in the hands of one of your best players and one of their favorite plays and establish your dominance that way.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. To the air is Rattler. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. But certainly not an ideal first quarter for him. Remember, he lost the fumble earlier, and here he ends up on the ground with a sack.
And sometimes what happens when you make a mistake early, you get too cautious going forward. Just cover up the football and take care of it and be able to cut it loose. Otherwise, your offense is going to stall.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. Third and long coming up.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Keanu Benton, the one who got in to bury him.
And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. The Eagles send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. Now it's Peterson. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the ground, this is Jackson. Dropped at the 35, so able to display his strength, but not much room to operate. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
From the 35, here's a 2nd and 7.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace back.
Final 30 seconds in this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. They stay on the ground on 1st with Johnson.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Chris Johnson, a 13-yard touchdown run.
And the Eagles take a 3-touchdown lead. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation.
From the shotgun, Rattler.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Throwing is Rattler.
And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety.
An absolutely dominating series from that pass rush to record the safety. 3 sacks in a row shouldn't be possible against an NFL offensive line. But there they are, dropping him on 3 straight reps, the last of which came in the end zone for 2 points.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And they'll accept that penalty.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40.
They'll run with Jackson. Now inside the 25.
Touchdown, Philadelphia! It's the fullback with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Eagles are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again.
They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Now Rattler.
Got a man. It's Brown. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Rattler wants to throw it.
He finds his man, complete. It's Pearson. And he is going to lose yardage here. And the Eagles with a dime look. 6 DBs on 3rd down.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
A strong run there, and for a team and a coaching staff that says they're consistently striving for a solid running game, they love those plays.
Yeah, that one didn't net them a first down, but isn't it the type of play that you write down on your sheet? That worked pretty well. Make sure you come back to it, especially in a key situation.
On the return is Peterson. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do.
And a nice stiff arm. It opens room to run.
He's got a full head of steam. The race is on.
Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. On
his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles are pouring it on. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it? Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. Extra point attempt here still to come. And the route is on here in this first half. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
It was Dion sprinting in on the corner blitz for the sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Here's Rattler. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And it looks like the offense did get the football back, but it is clearly in that end zone, and it's going to be a safety.
Right now, they're just trying to get to halftime because they need a break. This game, it's been a shellacking in every way, and they just got driven backwards for a safety.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. And Sanders now to return. A nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. They'll keep it on the ground again here. Down the right sideline. He may go. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Chris Johnson as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground. And he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the route is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Eagles offense back out, getting set for this next drive. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary is already at the line. This Philly offense set to go. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go? Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's got his guys set up great now. First and goal. And the Pigs get at the 7-yard line.
Well, we may not see it behind the big play sheet that they like to use, but I'll bet there's a big grin on the defensive coordinator's face. A corner blitz, what we often call a cat blitz. Usually they disguise it, Brandon. You're up on a receiver. It looks like you're going to bump and run with him, press coverage, and then he just takes off straight for the quarterback, and someone comes behind him to pick up the receiver.
And he is into the end. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Eagles take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Well, the Eagles offense and Spencer Rattler getting ready for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. That's something you have to be wary of on your side of the field, that close to the goal line. The defense, they are looking for that football. They got it. They scored it.
You are so right, and the quarterback has to speed things up himself. So close to the goal line, they're going to get after you. Make sure you get rid of the football and in a safe place.
Point after try forthcoming. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he returns this to the 22. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard. Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get big.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grit.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Deion Sanders getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Let's take it inside his own 40. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
On the run, this is Jackson. Powers through him. Taking it right down Broadway.
On his horse.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there. 97 yards.
And the Eagles get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. But the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
A give to Robinson on the option.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted.
So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better... There he goes, right side.
The race is on.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Under pressure, they got him again. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off.
This offense so far on 3rd down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
And can you believe it? It's a 2nd safety in this ball game.
Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
And that flag accepted.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll run it with Jackson. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
Jerome Baker there on the tackle. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback.
Down the sideline he goes.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Extra point right down the middle.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Let's go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. And can you believe it? It's a 2nd safety in this ball game. Now, this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters, and this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now Jackson shrugs him off. And some room to maneuver.
There he goes again.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Point after, right down the middle.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is...
Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you from the broadcast booth. And, partner, before we get this thing started, what are you going to be watching?
Who gets off to a fast start? In horse racing terms, they talk about catching a flyer out of the gate. Who sets the pace and makes the other team chase?
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield.
Boom!
Still fighting through tackles. He might take this all the way. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Eagles. Now for the point after. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. So how about that for an intriguing start? The opening kickoff of the ball game, return for a touchdown. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former Colorado Buffalo, their rookie quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their left.
And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat, brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football, like on a spring, and each guy that walks in that plays has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-zip. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. Straight ahead is Hall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
Let's go now.
The shotgun snap to Willis. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Here's Pat McAfee now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. He'll take it at the 42. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Now he's loose up the left sideline. On his horse. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Eagles have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And the Chiefs offense ready to go again. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Last standing that time from Keanu Benton. Got in there and hit him for a loss. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
They'll bring a tight end in motion right.
Now Willis to throw. Short throw complete to Gronkowski.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there.
$21-0 our score after one. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Taking it about the 16. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again.
So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen?
And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. Chris Johnson in a foot race, and they will not catch him. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Chris Johnson, 97 yards.
And the Eagles are able to add on to their first half lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 28-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
And Kansas City's offense now set ready to go.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
Now Hall to start the drive.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
To throw, here's Willis. That's complete. It's Ladd McConkey.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here comes 3rd down and 7. Willis looking to throw it.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop it for an 8-yard loss. On 4th down, here's Pat McAfee to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at about the 28. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to...
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field.
The race is on.
Touchdown, Philadelphia. It's the fullback on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Eagles open the lead up to 34-0.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the rout is on here in this first half.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field.
And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something.
Willis takes a hit and the ball is free.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And the route is on here in this first half.
The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
There's a short one caught by Uzama. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up second down.
Willis.
Pressure comes and down he goes. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. First half in the books.
You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3.
We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
Micah Parsons. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Paul on a give up the middle.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
Shotgun snap to Willis.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Here's Pat McAfee now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Now it's Peterson. And, oh, that is going to be a safety. So the defense does their job. They get rid of that 0 on the scoreboard. Now we'll see if their offense can come to play.
Well, that's the way you get things started, right? Score yourself on defense, get the ball back for your offense, and tell them, let's go. We're in the game now.
And the Chiefs now getting set to go.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no...
And nowhere to run for Willis. He goes down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Micah Parsons
drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And he'll take it just outside the 40.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready. It really doesn't get much easier than the last drive. One play, and they took it all the way to the house on the touchdown run.
And you know how many times we talk about that's exactly how they drew it up? Because essentially every play that's drawn up in an offensive playbook, if everyone does their job perfectly, should go for a touchdown, right? That's one that actually did. Give a little credit to those big fellas up front, too. They sprang their man for not only a big gain, but 6 points.
Now 2nd and 3. Here's Jackson, and he is going to lose yardage here. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5, and they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. On the ground, this is Jackson. And he will have the first down here as he's up to the 15. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
But you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
On the carry, it's Jackson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball and where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play he did. So you got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. Earns him a new set of downs. They'll run with Jackson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. A give to the fullback on the dive. And good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up.
Good solid gain on 1st down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Here's 2nd and 7. On the give, this is their fullback. Past the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the 4th, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%. But it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive? Willis takes a hit and the ball is free. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown.
So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And that's going to be short of the landing zone. It doesn't make it there, so that means the ball's going to come out to the 40.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Back to throw, Willis.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. Opened back in 2003, have a look at the link. Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Before kickoff, Charles, quickly your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I could give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
Powering his way forward. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by the former Colorado Buffalo, their rookie quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And some room to roam now. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. 54 yards. And the Eagles are on the board first here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone, so this will be blown dead. And they'll move it up to the 40.
Automatic first down.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That's taken in by Palmer. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Jalen Carter in on that tackle.
Well, big man with the ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Now Mahomes. He finds his man complete. It's Pearson. So nothing doing there. And 3rd and 8 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. James Harrison with a sack. He still has it into his 40s. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. On the return is Peterson. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Come on, come on.
On the run, this is Jackson. And he's got room. Look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter.
And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation.
Now here's Mahomes.
Checks this one down to Robinson.
And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and very long. Now a first carry here for Robinson. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They'll run it with Jackson. Oh, nice move. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
How about that call handed to the big guy in that situation? Normally you think of him as a real short yardage runner, but in this case they trust him to get a few more yards than that. I remember an old
taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Eagles take a 3-touchdown lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again.
In a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes.
Jalen Carter. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes, and a dump off here to Robinson. And he is going to lose yardage here.
It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fielded at the 43. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Time for a break. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And that is incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
And now a carry here for their fullback. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw, it's Mahomes.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards. 1st down.
Well, that was definitely a surprise there. Handed to the big guy on 1st down. Heck, the first play of the drive. And when you see him get to the 2nd level, as a former safety, I can just tell you, your eyes get really wide because you know you've got a lot to deal with at that point.
And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. The first carry now. This is Johnson. A little juke. Still fighting for more. Still on his feet. He may go. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Chris Johnson, 70 yards. And the Eagles are able to widen their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And it is 28-0. They've done a good job of holding him down in the first half, but he explodes for a big one right there.
Yeah, I've got an image in my head of him being surrounded by a bunch of people, really, with ropes and other things trying to keep him locked in. But eventually they got tired, too. And just as you noted, he broke out.
And it's a guy that usually you can only keep down for so long. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage. But I think the good news outweighs it. Able to...
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team. Automatic first down.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Running from the gun, Johnson. Able to slither by. Fighting through it, he's got space. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Not only an explosive play, but an explosive run. I mean, broken tackles along the way to pick up that yardage.
The way things kept churning for him, feet were moving, the legs were driving. Looks like someone who spent his offseason working on hill work, running through sand, all the things that you want to build up those leg muscles.
And that is going to do it for this third. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Now it's Jackson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
There's a lot of good on that play when we see the big fella take it and rumble into the secondary. But how about the big part of it, taking care of the football? He doesn't carry it very often, but when he does, he's got to make sure that he doesn't get it popped free. Unlike Mike Tolbert in Super Bowl 50, carrying the...
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Boy, tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this 1st down. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And the pressure
pressure gets to him again.
Jalen Carter, the offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he's able to get it out of there. Taking on the midfield logo. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now,
and nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Chiefs offense set to go. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Mahomes now to throw. And the ball is knocked out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. The Eagles offense back out onto the field.
Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late 4th quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in the butt.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
And he returns this to the 22.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were
Quarterback, wait a minute. The Warriors, one bite at a time.
Take a drive from downtown along Broad Street. You run into Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles here in South Philadelphia. So good to have you here with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson getting set for kickoff here. Greg, no matter how many ways we look at this game, it always comes down to one stat, doesn't it? How you taking care of the ball.
Yeah, it's just so crazy, Mike, that every single week, no matter how complex these matchups get and how many factors there are to determining who wins and who loses any game in the NFL, at the top of the list, the most important metric that everybody studies, can you protect the ball on offense and can you take it away on defense? And I don't think today's matchup is any different. Can you be aggressive and take care of the ball? And on defense, if you get your opportunity to take it away and give it back to your offense, you've got to make the play.
Ready. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Ready. They'll run for the first time with their fullback. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Kamu Grugier-Hill there on the tackle. They'll come up on a second down and 8. Right back to the fullback. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25. They'll run. This is their fullback getting the carry. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. Here we go. They'll come up now for second down and 4. Again, they'll try to power forward with their fullback. And the Eagles are going to have themselves a first and goal. He's out of bounds at the 7-yard line.
A nice gain out of that position, Mike, that we don't typically see get a lot of carries anymore. I'm a big fan of any offense that still recognizes the usefulness of that fullback position. Work him in every now and then as a ball carrier, and you can see it pay off.
This has been a solid opening drive. They're knocking on the door. First and goal. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the play, but a real solid gain on first and goal. Second and goal. Go with their fullback trying to get it. And he is not going to get to the goal line. In fact, he's even going to lose yards on that play. And now it is third and goal. They'll try to run, and it's Johnson. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown. There is a marker down, but I think this score is going to hold up.
Offside, defense.
Trying to cash in on this opening drive. Here's third and goal. They'll try to run with Johnson. He slams it in there, and he is in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Extra point try forthcoming. He's got it. And the Eagles will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here's Ladd McConkey to return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
I had a coach tell me earlier in my career, Mike, specifically about the quarterback position. If you don't have fast feet, you better have a fast mind. And here we have a guy that has played a lot of games under center. He has seen a lot of football, and while he might not be as mobile, he might not have the arm strength to make all the throws he had earlier in his career, that experience behind center, that experience being in these moments before, man, having that quick mind, there's not a whole lot of defense is going to throw at him that he hasn't seen. Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
And he's going to be very close to a first down. That's a good run there. Maybe just a couple of feet short. So they'll talk over what to do on this third down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. 7-0. Third and a yard. He'll drop to throw. He's got his man. That's down. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down.
Now, Mike, I really like this game plan, right? The strategy on third and short so often is, okay, just get enough for the first down. If you decide to air it out, everything short, get a fresh set of downs. They're saying the defense is going to pack it in close. They're protecting the sticks. So let's just throw it over their head and try to go for a big play. The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He's going to tuck it and go. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
First and 10 now from the 36. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He'll check this down to the running back. That one good for 18 yards and to the 18-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. All right, so there's really three areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel in. Number one, the traditional handoffs. Number two, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
Oh, in trouble. Down he goes. That is Jalen Carter, the Georgia product, barreling in for the sack.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Now an opening past the 30. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. The Eagles offense going to take over just before the half. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. Now a run, and it's their fullback with the carry. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. And hold that thought. Let's get right back to it. We are ready for the 3rd quarter. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. They trail by 4. Touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
As a pass rusher, you don't always need to record a sack to make your presence felt. Creating pressure, move the quarterback, affect his timing. Those are all different ways to take pressure.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack. The Raiders have their punt team out there, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. That'll be returnable from the 35. The Eagles offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They'll operate from their own 3-yard line as they try to put something together here on this drive. It's 1st and 10. Run a little inside draw with their fullback. And they'll get him down up around the 15-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll try to run with their fullback. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. He's inside the 35. The speed on display. He's in. Touchdown, Eagles. The PAT, up and good. And the Eagles extend their advantage to 14-3. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return is McConkey. Now on the return, he has lost the football. But this is taken in by a teammate. The Raiders offense starting to trot out for this next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back, and in some of these coverage units, when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
That is taken at the 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. And he will be taken down. A big pickup on what will be. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run out of the gun and tag on a reverse. He gets free. Still going. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Devontae Adams. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The extra point, up and good. And the Eagles move out to a 21-3 advantage. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return is McConkey. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Raiders offense getting set to get back to work. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. This one fielded out beyond the 25. Here's 1st and 10. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Give it right up the middle. Here's Johnson. Big opening up the middle. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 92 yards. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Wow, one of those breathtaking plays, taking it the distance, going coast to coast. A long run pays off with a touchdown.
And Mike, what looks like a simple handoff, just trying to pick up some yards and get themselves out of the shadow of their own goalpost. He got through the initial wave, and he is gone. He takes it the length of the field for 6.
The Raiders offense ready to take over once more. The try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage. But that's all he can get out of that one. Here's a 3rd and 10. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
The Raiders send their punt team out as he'll take this a yard or 2 into his own end zone. This is taken at his own 30. Brought down after a gain of a couple. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one's decided. Not sure they needed to take a timeout, but take it with them. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Top
Welcome, football fans, to the birthplace of America, the city of brotherly love. The place where you'll find the best cheesesteak made in this country and some of the best football played inside of Lincoln Financial Field. Hello, everybody. Alongside Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And, Brock, let's dive right in. What are you looking forward to in this one?
Yeah, just about everything, Kate. But these are two such evenly matched teams. You and I know there's going to be 2, 3, 4 plays in this game that will likely define the outcome. That is the beauty of the NFL each and every weekend. Each and every Thursday and Sunday and Monday night, they come down to a couple plays. Who will they be? What will they be? When will they be? Tune in and watch.
Under clear, sunny skies, we are ready for football. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. So here come the 49ers for their opening drive. And bringing them out as a former 5th rounder from South Carolina. And before that, Oklahoma, it's Spencer Rattler.
You know, one thing I get a little tired of around draft time, Kate, is hearing all these people say, oh, he can make every throw. He can make every throw. Technically, sure. Every guy that's drafted can make every throw. But how special are those throws? How much accuracy? How much zip? When it comes to Spencer Rattler, dude's got a live arm. It isn't the arm or the skill set that saw him fall to the 5th round. It was some of the ups and downs in college. And when given a chance and the right supporting cast, he does have elite arm talent.
Get the fullback involved here. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
And this might be a free play. Let's see what they do. And it's a sack. They got there to take him down, but there was a reason for that. So you got a flag down. I think that's going to nullify the play. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. The penalty makes it 3rd and 8 here. Now motion him out of the backfield. 3rd and long for him here. They're on him again, and he goes down again. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. The return begins on their side of midfield. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will be backed up a good bit to begin the drive. So here are the Eagles now for their first drive. And they'll be led out by this promising young signal caller out of the University of Colorado.
As you're running onto the field with this kind of field position as a quarterback, you reminded yourself and your huddle, hey, let's be disciplined. Got to be on the details here. Got to take care of the football. Also encourage them and let them know that script you've been working on all week, well, there's a lot of field and there's a lot.
Big gain downfield. Reaches the 40. Gets the 10. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles drive the length of the field and take a 6-0 lead. Trey McBride, the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. Returning it from the 4. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Second drive coming up for this 49ers offensive unit. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening 1st down as they take the field a 2nd time. Rattler back to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Hit applied by Keanu Benton.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And the look outside yields no fruit. They make the stop near the line of scrimmage. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Torrey Taylor on to punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Fielded just beyond his 40. New series coming up following the punt. And they're going to be backed up deep in their own territory to begin this one.
Ready, set.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Ready, ready.
Now a give running right. So that brings us to the end of one. Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Eagles have the football. They are facing 2nd down deep on their own end. He's got the hook up to Adams. The 30. He's at the 10. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles take a 13-0 lead. Devontae Adams, the touchdown. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Okay, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So here come the 49ers on offense. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Bronk. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
You know, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Throwing is Rattler. Flush down out to his left. Hit behind the line, and the ball is loose. And no turnover, it's going to stay with the offense.
We all saw the brief moment of full-on panic between the ball coming out and him getting back on it. The impressive part is he kept his composure while it was still loose. One mistake didn't become two, and he cleaned it up before any defenders could.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Robinson on the inside give. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Only a yard from that time, so now 3rd and 9. It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. The 49ers trying to make some noise before halftime. And the Birds bring out the nickel look. 3rd down coming up. Rattler stays upright, escapes the pocket, and that will not be enough for a 1st down.
This is one of those occasions that it looks so promising when you take off as a quarterback, and then you're reminded just how fast these defenses are in the NFL. Couldn't quite move the chains, but it wasn't for a lack of trying.
Torrey Taylor getting set to punt it once again. Peterson waiting for it. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. He has it at the 22. And after the punt, the offense comes out onto the field. And the Eagles will take possession. The Eagles and Devontae Adams getting set for another look here. And while one sideline has 0 points, this offense, wow, they have had 0 issues so far getting into that end zone.
They are rolling right now, Kate, and unless there's a speed bump on the immediate horizon, risk of getting out of hand.
He'll throw it from his own end zone. Catch is made down the right sideline. He's at the 30, the 10, and he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles boat racing them to the halftime locker room. 3-touchdown game for the rookie. That's pretty good in your debut season, Brock. But then you look at the clock and you see, oh, wait, we still have a whole half of football to play.
Yes, when some of that psychology comes into play, don't just be satisfied. You can look at it one of 2 ways. I'm satisfied with what I've done, or you look at it and go, I got another half. I can throw 3 more of these babies.
The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. He's going to field this at the 2. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. The San Francisco offense headed out to take over. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now Rattler. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Okay, you give him much of the credit for this early lead. Heck, give every player in that defense now their 4th sack of this game credit. Because that ambush on the quarterback, a big reason why they're in control of this game.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. They motion the slot man right. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Into the hands of Flanoy, complete. And they're able to drag him down as he reaches the 15-yard line.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
All right, back to the ground game here. And he reaches the 17-yard line as he's hauled down. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after the... I suppose not everyone's the biggest fan of halftime. Okay, we'll skip over the break and get right back to the field. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And look at this return. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. 1st and 10.
65, cat, 65.
Throwing off the play fake here. He gets a lot behind one. Deep downfield. It's complete. Oh, my. They left it wide open downfield. Touchdown, Philadelphia. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up.
The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. Return starts at the 3. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Now out comes the San Francisco offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And that run's fairly uneventful. Only a small gain to near the 22. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He just kept going the wrong way, and that's going to cost him. That is a safety. 2 plays ago, if we had seriously mentioned a safety partner, we'd have been laughed out of this booth, right?
Well, they say things move fast in the NFL, huh?
A couple of back-to-back sacks, losses like that, really opens us up to possibilities we weren't expecting.
Yeah, not all those possibilities are good, Kate, unless you're that defense that just dropped 2 points on the scoreboard.
Out of bounds. Kicking team.
Excellent field position for him here after the kickoff lands short. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. The give to the fullback. Breaks the tackle, still going. He cuts it through the defense. He goes. Room to burn. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles keeping the pedal floored and adding 6 more. We are going to have to dig into the scouting reports from when he got drafted, Brock, because I'm not sure any of us knew he had that kind of run in him.
No, that's usually one of the scat backs on the roster that we expect to hit home runs. Even a receiver out of that backfield if they're feeling fancy. But a fullback breaking away for that type of run,
sir.
I think he surprised us all with those afterburners.
The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. Has this at the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. Now the 49ers getting set to go on offense. All the touchdowns have come from one side of the field, Brock. They're still looking for their first points of any kind in a game that has gotten out of hand. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Rattler. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the nightmare continues as they bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The Eagles capitalize on the turnover and add to their lead. Really smart play from him there, Brock. Not just to fall on the football, but to take it in for the score.
Yeah, a word we don't normally use with D linemen a lot, quickness, right? Usually the corner skill guys,
yep.
But he was quick, man. He downshifted in a hurry for 6.
Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. The 49ers back on offense and set to take over. And they're going to need to play for pride or for something to build on for next week, Brock, because this game seems out of reach, even though we've got a full quarter still to go. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Tight end in motion left. First and 10, a run to Robinson. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
From the 26 on 2nd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Rattler setting to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Sauce Gardner with the INT. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Hand off to the up back. There he goes on the right side. 40. Hits the 20. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Oh, man, Brock, once that became a foot race, you could have gone ahead and just said goodbye because you were not stopping that play.
He gone. I mean, he's long gone. Not with a full field ahead and one of the longest runs of his career right in front of him. The way he broke that, the only fitting place was the end zone.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles grow their lead yet again. The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. Starting from the 5. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. This offense making its way back out now. And the last 2 drives have been teaching tape for that defense, Brock, and probably have earned this offense a lecture in the near future as well. Just haven't been able to take care of that football.
Yeah, I just kind of want to focus on those guys, everything they're doing on that side, because the humble pie this offense is eating, it's been a tough watch.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Okay, we've got unbelievable cameras. So many tremendous replays. But when you get sacked multiple times by the same guy, you start talking to him a little bit. You start reminding him, hey, man, I think that's enough. I think 2's good enough for you. Please don't give me a 3rd time.
He's on the move. And he can't escape this one. They get to him for a nice exclamation point to end this 3rd quarter. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the... Not a good spot to punt from. They really want to convert here on 3rd. Running back sent in motion. He just kept going the wrong way, and that's going to cost him. That is a safety. Brock, I know you're a big fan of referencing baseball. Well, I believe that was 3 sacks, and they're out. Or in this case, get off the field following that safety.
No, that's a good call right there. You want baseball, Kate? I'll give you baseball. You know what that was? That was the equivalent of an immaculate inning in baseball. 9 strikes, 3 strikeouts, you're out. Back-to-back-to-back sacks. That's immaculate. And I don't think we'll see it again in this.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Oh, love this. He gets another one. Keep feeding that fullback, baby. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You call that 1st down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
1st down, and they go right back to him. Jukes one defender. Through the 45. And stop me if you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. The Eagles continue adding to an insurmountable lead. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating. And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. Returning it from the 4. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. The offense getting set to go. The opportunity to win this game is, well, it's long gone, Brock. They're down to their last opportunities now to avoid the shutout as well. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Rattler. Oh, no, he lost control of another one. And the Eagles get to it. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. 1 play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
Chance to pay off their defense's effort as they start out 1st and goal. Oh, fullback's got it. Look at the power. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The Eagles are running them out of the building. Far from the first time we've broken down one of his touchdowns in this game, partner. But, man, they seem to get more impressive every time.
And I don't care, Kate, if they're all 1-yard plungers, if you're up over 300 yards. A 4-touchdown game will forever live among your greatest career highlights. You can go several games without even scoring 1. So to get 4 in one contest, you'll never, ever forget it.
Setting up to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles continue piling on to this lead. The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers and Spencer Rattler coming out for their next drive. And there's a couple of moments we're seeing here that I think he's not going to want to be reminded of after the... They're out and set, 1st and 10. Rattler to the air now. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. 49ers just want to get out of here with how this one has gone. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Another try following the sack. Gets out of trouble. And they get to him again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets them up with a third down.
Some squads you just see love to do this, Kate, and I've got so much respect for defensive coordinators who late in the game, instead of playing prevent, well, they step up the aggression meter. Back-to-back sacks puts this offense and this quarterback way off schedule.
And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Sauce Gardner with the INT. And forget the turnover, Brock. They take it back for a late touchdown. Second time they've taken one back on him, Brock. First the fumble return, and now this pick six.
You know, I point this out to you every defensive meeting room we're in, Kate, when we sit down in these production meetings, and you can see their boards, right? These defenses keep track, and they know if they get a score defensively, their odds of winning through the roof. You get two, it's almost a certainty.
That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles tack on 7 more to their lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. Return starts at the 3. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. The 49ers ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience for them. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Back to the air following the pick six. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know, when we watch Combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10, because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack.
And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down.
First sack, wobbled the cart. This one, I think, sent it off the rails entirely. Taking the L on each of the first 2 plays leaves this offense looking at a very unlikely 3rd down pickup.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful. Oh no, they get him yet again. And forget the turnover, Brock. They take it back for a late touchdown. Rookie quarterback, Brock, threw it away their last drive. It seemed like he might have been trying to do too much to make up for that mistake, and instead things snowball.
Yeah, these are the valuable lessons you have to learn from. You cannot be a mistake repeater. But being a rookie quarterback at Ask Peyton, he threw 28 of them his rookie year. Sometimes you just learn on the job, but you cannot repeat those kind of mistakes.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Kickoff taken at the 3. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. Here comes their offense out again. And they can really do what they want with these last couple of snaps afforded to them because the outcome already decided. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Getting right back to it after that interception. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know those elite zone defenses in basketball, Kate, it just feels like they're everywhere, clogging up every passing lane. This quarterback, well, he felt the same thing when he dropped back. Nowhere to go but for a sack.
So beneath the chorus of Fly, Eagles Fly, it's a win for the Eagles. And if they could play at this level every time out, well, their coaches would be happy as they could be. Total team effort, a dominating victory. So that's going to do it for us here at EA Sports. This has been another presentation of Madden Ultimate Team. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.
you.